I lost $2 million worth of deals in my first couple months as an agent. There were issues because this is cardinal sin number one of a real estate agent. So the deal was never real to begin with. I just thought it was real in my mind.
If it was that easy to be successful, everybody would be
exactly.
But it's not, dude. It's really hard.
It's fucking hard.
So hard.
Real estate's just like a big acid trip, dude. You're just it's just ego death after ego death.
But when you're a business owner, dude, especially in the beginning stage, you're doing everything yourself. You just signed up for 9 jobs.
Yeah, right?
I actually got fired 5 times.
Really?
From working from other people.
Damn.
I got fired 5 times.
How'd you get fired?
Dude, it's the easiest job. My job was staple paper, right? Make copies, put them in the folder.
Okay.
This is all I had to do. I fucked it up. I'm sending this paper to clients. Clients, dude, how many times are you gonna fuck up my name? And I fuck up Indians' names too, which is the funny thing. I'm Indian. And I said that's a big thing because I learned about delegating so earlier on just because of my lack of skill. I don't know about you guys, but I'm only good at a few things: sales and talking to people. And this is about it.
That's
everything else, dude. I'm horrible.
That's it. I'm with you.
How has it been being a part of the Serhant team? What's that like? When people hear the name Serhant, they get all excited.
Whatever you think it is, it probably is.
Welcome to episode number 31 of the Astro Real Estate Podcast. Today we're going to be talking shop with our friends Jithu and Che, 2 very experienced investors and 2 very experienced agents who do a lot of deals here in Connecticut. And we're excited to have you guys on, excited to talk shop for the next hour or so. So
yeah, thanks for inviting us, Nick.
So give us a rundown. So tell us more about you guys.
Sure, I'll go first. I'm Jithu, 23 years old. I got into real estate about 3 years ago. I started by buying investment properties. So I have 7 investment property now. I'm a real estate agent. I own the team called Checkmate.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of multifamilies, single family condos all across the state. There's 4 of us in our team, and we're making things happen.
Sweet. And you're part of Serhant, which is cool.
And we're part of Serhant.
That's a pretty big flex.
Yep.
That's a pretty big flex. I saw the pictures. Got Ryan Serhant on there. Shout out Ryan. Should repost this. Repost our stuff. Che, tell us more about yourself.
My name's Shaylin Smith. I am also on the Checkmate team at Serhant. I've been on the team ever since I became an agent, which was a year ago. I'm 22, so I'm the youngest member of the team and probably one of the youngest agents at the Serhant brokerage.
There you go.
And we've been primarily specializing in investment properties ever since, but we're starting to get more into the residential side of things.
Love it.
Yeah.
That sounds good. So tell me, what got you guys into real estate? I know you said you started a couple years ago. What got you into it?
Yeah, so for me, I also run a chess business. So I've been teaching kids chess for the last 6 years. So I ran that business I started right after high school.
Yeah.
I started teaching chess. So we built that business up. We're like in almost a lot of the schools in Fairfield County. We teach about 2,000 kids.
Sweet.
Every week.
Oh, good for you. That's huge.
I built up a big network of kids and parents. And then, so I was doing that full time for a long time, and then I was always looking for ways to invest money. And initially, I did stocks. Like most of us will do. But one thing I don't like about stock is that I don't have control over it.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, it's good investment. You can put the money there, but you kind of depending on how the stock does.
Yeah.
So I was looking for other ways where I have more control. And real estate quickly just came across the board, and I fell in love with it. Because of the fact that one, you control it, meaning you own it. Yeah. Right? Like even if the value goes down to 0, you still own the building. And you could pick which tenants you want to do. Yeah. And also there's multiple streams of income. It's not just property values going up, just like stocks. You're hoping the stock value goes up. In real estate, there's a cash flow benefit. Right? Like you collect income from the tenants every month, you make money on it. And the other biggest thing, depreciation. A lot of people don't talk about it. There's a lot of tax benefits.
Yeah, there is huge.
Especially if you're a business owner. There's huge write-offs, bonus depreciation, like that. So like the point is real estate has so much to offer, in my opinion, than just like a stock value going up. So I fell in love with it. I knew I want to like get into property, and I was like at that point 17. I figured out I want to get into real estate and probably had like $1,000 in the bank. Yeah. And I'm here like going to the bank and find out, hey, I want to buy this property. Yeah. And they're just, obviously they laughed at me and said, no, there's no way you're buying a property. 1, you have no job. Yeah. 2, no experience. And on top of it, no money. Yeah. Right?
So it's like a triple whammy. Like, what are we going to
do? There's L's everywhere. So I actually applied for mortgages 5 times.
Really?
Every time I make, so I'm like, first I was at $1,000 in bank account. I was like, all right, let me get a mortgage. Then I started making money, and I think I had like about $10,000 in bank, and I'm like, okay, I should get a mortgage now. Yeah. 10,000. At that point, it was a lot of money. Yeah. As an 18-year-old. Yeah, then I built up enough money. I think I had 15,000. Then I went to the bank, and the bank was like, okay, you have the money for down payment. Back then, it was like, properties was cheaper. Yeah. A little more cheaper than now, but you have no experience. You're like, you taught a bunch of kids chess. Yeah. And I made my money, like, I haven't had like a record of doing it, maybe not even a year ago. So what I had to do was, I initially went to UConn stores for school. And that's where I was with Che as well.
Yeah.
I was studying there for school, and I was doing chess through Zoom.
Yeah.
And this was the end of 2021 where like the Zoom lessons were going away because kids weren't in person.
Yeah.
So I realized, and I was still losing the kids, and I'm like, shit, I used to make good money from this. Now the kids are going away. I made a decision where like, you know what, I could move down. I can move away from Yukon stores, move down to Stanford, which is where all my clients were.
Yeah.
Like Fairfield County, Weston, Westport, Wilton area.
Yeah.
And like just try to build this up.
Yeah.
Try to build this up in person. So, but there's a cost to that. One, I don't know anybody there.
Yeah.
Two, I know I was giving up my college life.
Yeah.
I know that if you go to Yukon Stanford, it's just work.
Yeah.
And just, school. This is
Yeah.
it. There's no
That's
other
it.
life.
Yeah.
But, I want to do that mostly because I want to buy the property. Because, I know if I say Yukon stores, I can buy a property because I'm not working full time.
Yeah.
Right. But I know if I move down to Stanford and if I'm able to build this up, there's no future. There's a hope. If I can build this up, maybe I could pay myself a salary.
Yeah.
And that'll help me qualify for a mortgage.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I decided to do. I moved down.
Yeah.
I moved down 2022 January. Then I went for pre-approval again. Now it's different because I built the business and I stopped paying myself salary. And I moved down 2022. Literally 3 months later, bought the first 2-family.
Yeah.
Put down like less than 20K down.
Where'd you buy it?
I bought in Bristol.
Okay.
I bought it. I did owner occupant in Bristol. And keep buying properties.
That's it.
Since then.
I love it.
Yep.
Dude, that's huge. So what do you look for in a property? Is it, so I know every investor is different. Do you look for cash flow or do you look for appreciation or equity, should I say?
So I do heavily look at cash flow still.
Yeah.
I mean, things, as I get better and better into it, I'm understanding more about that. I think when I started off, I'm like, okay, I gotta just make money on this property, right? So it's like, there's so much factors. I think number one thing is always location, right? If it's in a good area, right, I could maybe sacrifice a little bit about the cash flow. That has to be good. You could buy a property in a bad area, but the cash flows are great, but it's in a bad area, right? That's the number one thing. Location is always number one. Like, good area. For me, I like to buy in suburban areas, outside of the cities. Because cities, I think people go in and out pretty often. People typically don't stay in the city a lot.
True.
Right. And then if they have kids, they want to move somewhere where it's not so loud. So I try to focus on suburban area.
Okay.
Especially with the good school district.
Yeah.
Because the kids can stay there and for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I look for. And if you're getting into real estate, I think your first property, you should try to buy something more turnkey. Yes, you had to pay more for it, right, than other property that you could value add. But if your first property and you're just getting into business, I think turnkey is a better way to go because one, you're not worried about the repairs. It's a whole nother business, as you know, like the renovation side and like repair stuff and things come up all the time. So I would buy a nice turnkey property that you could rent out for market rent and then get the landlord experience first. And still to this day, I still look for those properties in suburban area, good condition. As I build my portfolio, I know now I can look at properties that need more work, but I still try to live with what I said. Number one, location, always great. Two, what areas, how is tenants going to stay for a long period of time? And I think the biggest thing is actually commitment, right? Like, I think you can make any property work. Yeah. Right? If you're fully committed to it, you're like, I'm going to make it work. There's no property I've seen in my life that if you really want it, you feel like you want it, you cannot make it work. Yeah. You can make it work.
Make it shake, for sure.
So that's an important thing. It's just, what? There's no way you could know everything about how it works because you haven't done it. It's just like anything else. You just can't learn everything beforehand and then do it. You got to do it and learn as you go. So that's the important thing. Just committed to that property.
Sweet.
The property Shay helped me buy recently. I saw it on Zillow and I knew I want to buy it. Yeah. Like I knew I want to buy it. It looked great location. I knew the tenants would be great. I didn't even see the property. Really? I know the area so well. I sent Shay to take a look at it. He said it was good. Yeah. We bought it. But I was so committed to that property. I'm like, what? I told Shay, I'm going to buy this property. Yeah. No matter, I can't, I told him, I texted him the same day, I can't lose this deal. Yeah. And where was it? It was in Bristol, 57 Lincoln Street. And it was actually an even better deal than anything. Because like we later found out there's enough land in the back.
I think I saw your video about that. Yeah, that's big. Yeah.
Family, right? I mean, this was all because I saw it and I was like fully committed. I'm like, dude, I'm going to make this work no matter what happens. I don't need to know. Of course, I run my numbers. And I did my due diligence, but personally, I was like, I'm gonna make it work. Yeah, and it worked. And it worked even better than I thought. My rents were lower than I expected. I can get even higher rents. Yeah, everything worked out so perfect, just because I was so like I wanted. And we had a bunch of obstacles along the way. It took 3 months to close. But we still made it work.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know how that deal stayed together.
Dude, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's big. Cool, man. So Shay, tell me, what's I know you're still like looking to acquire units, but what's like the next year look like for you in terms of buying, holding, anything like that?
So I would say I need to still get my first property. And I think that's going to be a big goal for 2026 is get into something that I can live in one of the units and house hack.
Yep.
That's the number one focus. But right now we're just transactions.
Yeah.
Service. How do we make the best service possible for all the clients that we're working with and really perfect our craft? Because at the end of the day, owning property is going to be nice, but we're in it to help people.
Yeah. It's a service business. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So many people chase a dollar, but in reality, it's a service business. You got to protect your client.
Right.
All kinds of jazz. Do what's right.
Yeah.
Which people are losing these days. So you got to
That's true.
Make sure you're doing it. Dude, what do you got, Marcos?
You said you've been an agent for a year.
Yeah.
You're about to be, right? The 1 year anniversary.
October is the 1 month.
October.
Or the 1 year.
Okay. Can you tell me about your first couple of months as a new agent? What was that like?
Yeah, it was difficult. I lost $2 million worth of deals in my first couple months as an agent. Yeah.
How?
It was 2 different deals.
Yeah.
There was a portfolio of 9 units in Waterbury that we could have sold, and we were selling and we lost it because we were in business with both of these stories have to just do with poor business. We were in business with a wholesaler who was never clear about his intentions. We actually never knew he was a wholesaler until the day that closing was supposed to happen, because we got to the closing date and he was supposed to be wholesaling it out. So the end buyers didn't want it. So there was no transaction to happen because he didn't want to close.
Who didn't want to close?
The wholesaler wouldn't close because his end buyers didn't want to close. And there were issues because this is cardinal sin number one of a real estate agent not knowing is we never had an earnest money deposit. So the deal was never real to begin with. I just thought it was real in my mind. I made it up. And we got
risky.
to the closing date. So my end buyer's not buying this. So we're not going to close on it right now. All hell broke loose. You know, the earth might have ended that day. And just push came to shove. We didn't end up closing the deal. The seller blocked us on everything. So wonder how that guy's doing. I don't blame him. Because you shouldn't make that kind of mistake. But that was about, I want to say $1.1 million in property right there. And then we lost an 8-unit deal, or I lost an 8-unit deal in Bristol. That was going to be about $900,000. And that was because, again, no earnest money deposit. No one ever told me, hey, make sure the earnest money's in the first 3 days. So I'm just, out here sinning left and right in the real estate world. And then, come to find out, it was a great deal on paper. The buyers couldn't get the interest rate that they wanted. So the deal started to look a little bit worse. It was still a good deal, but they kind of just said they got cold feet. They didn't want to go through with it anymore. I didn't pre-qualify them well enough. And that was that. They backed out of it. And luckily, I'm actually still friends with that agent because he didn't blame me for it. And what's even funnier is he actually ended up selling that deal to Jithu's client.
Really? There you go. Big.
But so that was $2 million down the drain.
Damn, fumbled. Gone.
Just like that within my first, I don't even think it was January yet.
Damn.
I was an agent in October.
That's rough.
Yeah.
So how much have you closed now, like to date?
I think year to date, I'm over 5 million. I know the team's over 15. I think we're projected 25 to 30 by the end of this year. Depending how we finish.
Massive.
We're gonna finish strong.
Good for you guys. That's huge.
Thank you.
I love it. Teams making it happen.
And Shay, you should say the story about how you turn around. Well, actually, just to add on to what Shay said, I think what he just said right now, real estate it's a very much a people's business, like you said. But which could be a good thing and a bad thing, because one, it's a good thing because it's people, so you could deal with them. It's not like a software, like you could talk to them, maybe change their mind about what they're deciding. But on the bad side, it's also a lot of people. You gotta convince, like for one deal to work, you need to convince a lot of people. Also, you need to have good people around. This is an example we learned where like we need to make sure like who we work with is just as an important person. Because like one person, the deal could kill the deal. Just like what happened. Like everybody was on board. Everybody was good except this one person that deal. And that costs everybody time, money, right? Like it's just so... It's insane. Like I think the point is so like even like when we list properties, right? Or when we go to buy a property as a buyer's agent, like when we list for example, like if we know the agent, like if it was you, come to a like I'm already feeling good about the deal just because I know you. I work with you before, right? But and same with like agents, like there's literally a deal we're doing in Bristol, portfolio deal, right? This agent got $50,000 over asking price than my offer.
Yeah.
Okay. But he still decided to go with mine.
Yeah.
Just because he knows I have a good track record with him about closing deals.
Yeah.
And two, he knows who I am. I close deals. Right. And that because of that, not only my client got a $50,000 cheaper offer than what she is. And two, he trusted me. I'm gonna close that deal. That's like the best deal this client ever bought.
Yeah.
So I think it's so important to like have you have to vet not only the buyer but everybody in the deal. Make sure that everybody has same motivation. You can work well together.
Yeah.
Like I said, one person could kill the whole deal.
I have a thought in my head. I know what you know. I know you know what I'm thinking. Killingly
exactly.
last
Yeah,
year.
oh my
Yeah.
God.
But I'm not gonna. I won't name names. But we've had some issues.
Listen, we had a lot of deals fall through. I think I actually did the math. It was about $100,000 of commission lost.
Yeah.
That we lost this year from deals falling through.
Ugh.
Right. So it hurts, but like a lot of them connect back to people.
Yeah, it's lessons. Everything that goes through is lessons.
A lot of them connect back to people, but different reasons. So I mean, that's like we're learning as we go. But that's like part of doing business. Shay and I were like, dude, if we lose it, it's the next one. But why did that deal fall through? What can we learn?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure yes, we had a lot of deals fall through, but dude, we just learned so much this year. Just like it was like a big learning curve year. There's so many things that we'll never do again. Just because like earnest money deposit, right?
Yeah.
Or like we made actually a rule as a team that we will never put an offer on a property until the buyer actually sees it.
Yeah.
No matter who the buyer is.
Really?
We want the buyer to see. We actually had 3-4 deals fell through.
Yeah.
Close people of us that made us do the video thing.
Yeah.
Right. And like they're oh yeah, I love the deal. And then we go and show them the deal. I know I actually don't like the deal.
Yeah.
Right. So but that's costly because one, not only the fact that you lose a deal.
Yeah.
Two, you just look so really bad to that listing
the agent. Yeah.
Right. Now you have a bad reputation as a listing agent.
Yeah.
Because you were like, okay, you're the person that should go into contract and back out later.
Yeah.
Right. So
It's not good.
That was the big learning lesson that we learned. Like that will never happen again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my real. It's a people's business. Which take it or leave it. It's a good way or a bad way. Right. Depends on how you.
Yeah, it's huge.
Real estate's just like a big acid trip, dude. It's just ego death after ego death. Like,
Dude, it's brutal.
you just get knocked down over and over again. You
That's
just
all
got
it
to
is.
learn to deal with it.
That's all it is. But like you can't like so you can't take it as like failures. It's just lessons. You know what I mean? You just gotta keep getting up, keep trying. Which is why I respect that your client Bobby when you said that like you're glad it's like he trusts you guys. Just okay, it's down. Let's fine, move on to the next deal. That's good.
Yeah,
and that's a good reputation to have. You guys are persistent. You keep continuously just keep growing.
Yeah,
and pushing
and that's what it takes to be successful, right? If it was that easy to be successful, everybody would be doing
exactly.
This. Everybody would be doing this.
Yeah,
what we're doing, but it's not, dude. It's really hard.
It's fucking hard.
It's so hard. I mean, this is why, like, I actually made a post on Instagram. I think about 90% of people who said they want to be entrepreneurs, I don't think they should be entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
right. I mean, this is like you're signing up before you just have a 9-to-5 job, cool job. You just work, go home, done. Not to worry about anything else. But when you're entrepreneur, dude, there's no holidays. You work every day, every hour, midnight, phone calls come in.
Yeah.
Right. And when you work for a company, it's different because you have somebody else doing the billing, somebody else paying you, somebody else taking care of the marketing stuff. You have like one role.
Yeah.
But when you're a business owner, dude, especially in the beginning stage, you're doing everything yourself.
Yeah.
You just signed up for 9 jobs.
Yeah, right?
Before
that's
you have
the thing.
one job.
Yeah, that's facts.
And like in the beginning stage, probably no money at all. Like you make no money in the beginning, right? If you really want to be an entrepreneur, you have to have that tough skin while they do it. You should know that you're going to fail so badly. Like where you feel like I'm sure he thought about it. We all thought about quitting real estate many times, right? But we're still here. Just push it through. But on the bright side, we get in there. We're getting somewhere that we always want to be. Yeah. And that's what it takes. It's a mountain we're climbing. We fall, but we come back, but we're going to get there.
Yeah, you get a little bit closer up that mountain every time.
As long as we don't give up, we don't lose. We only lose when you give up.
You can't give up. You can't stop. Yep. It's funny, the amount of times we almost went broke, like in our business, especially if you make some money, you reinvest it, and then you lose it. Like if something goes wrong, you buy a bad deal, you buy a bad flip, like you got to cut a check. Little things like that, it adds up. And you're like, what am I doing this for? I could just go like fucking work, like start like an AI business or something nowadays and just call it a day.
Go find a corporate job. People pay so much for corporate job nowadays.
They do, no, you can do it, or I can go sell cars with the sales crews. It's like, you know what, 9 to 5, sell a car here and there. Make like 10 grand, happy, call it a day.
Most people should do that. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I think like people try to make it sound like it's a bad thing to work, but dude, that's actually that's like the best thing. Yeah, right. You're working. Imagine just working Monday to Friday and just go spend time with family. Yeah, vacation. Save up some money, buy real estate. What are you gonna do on the side? But like that's a fun life. But the problem with us is that we want more. We know like inside us that we want more than just that. Like,
Yeah.
we're built for something bigger.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, funny enough, I actually got fired 5 times
Really?
from working from other people.
Damn.
I got fired 5 times.
How'd you get fired? One time. Why'd you get fired one time?
One time actually with Lake Compounds. I was working with them.
Yeah.
Him and I had our first job was at Lake Compounds. We were a game operator.
Yeah.
Great job. It taught us a lot about sales. So our job was to, when you go to Lake Compounds, you see games, basketball games, all these games.
Yeah.
So our job was to run the game.
Yeah.
But it's not just running, sell the game.
Yeah.
Like we got to get the crowd come to us.
Yeah.
And get them to buy the game.
Yeah.
Right? Like we'd be like, Shay and I would be getting, hey, come on in. I'll get you 4 basketball for $10. Or you know what? Actually 6 basketball for $10.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing the sales job. Right? So great job. I learned everything about sales. I'm sure Shay did too.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I just didn't show up on time.
Really?
I showed up like, I'll tell you, you know what? I'm actually on time, but I'm like on the parking lot.
Yeah.
Still had to walk 10 minutes to get to the job.
Yeah.
So I showed up late like 4 or 5 times, got fired. And the funny thing, they called me back the next year, and I got rehired, and then I quit. I quit. I was like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, so they
funny.
just hired me back just to fire. But yeah, no, every job I had this job at this accounting place. It's the easiest job. My job was staple papers.
Okay.
Right? Make copies.
Perfect.
Put them in the folder.
Okay.
This is all I had to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Mind numbing.
All right.
Yeah. It's like,
I fucked it up. I want these papers were like some of the social security paper. I put them in the wrong folder. I copied the wrong thing. I shredded the social security papers.
ooh,
Dude,
yeah.
I was gone very fast.
I can imagine why. Yeah. That I got why I got fired. Like,
And I was like, the day I got the text saying that I got fired, you know, obviously said in a nicer way. And I was like, oh, just give me one more chance. I'll fix it. And they were like, dude, you shredded like social security paper. You shredded like the most confidential paper that we have in the office, and you were asking for another chance.
yeah.
So, I mean, I learned that I'm not meant for this stuff. I can't have somebody telling me what to do, or like I'm so bad. I'm really bad at doing like small, tedious work.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
I can't do paperwork. We write offers, dude. I fucked up paper. I fucked up every time I write an offer.
Yeah.
I have some mistakes. I mess up their names, deposit amount, something. Every single time I messed it up. But you know what? That's actually, even though it sounds like a really bad thing,
Yeah.
I actually know it's one of the best things that happened to me.
Yeah.
Because what happened was, even early on in my career, and I keep fucking up on these small things, and it's actually making a difference. Because I'm like, I'm sending this paper to clients. Clients, dude, how many times are you gonna fuck up my name? Like, you know, it's just, and I fuck up Indians' names too, which is the funny thing. I'm Indian.
Yeah.
But I keep fucking this up, and they were like, I'm losing clients because so I learned that, you know what, I can't be doing this.
Yeah.
If I keep doing this, I'm gonna go out of business so fast.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the skills for it. I'm like lacking that skills to do small stuff. So I hired people early on, even when I was not making money.
Yeah.
I get another agent to write my offer, not pay him, right? Or like so little by little, and I said that's a big thing because I learned about delegating so earlier on just because of my lack of skill, right? So for me, like right now, dude, my whole calendar was just planned out today. Every 30 minutes I had to be somewhere. I have a full-time assistant that we work with us.
Yeah.
She planned everything out. I don't touch offers. I don't write any. So as I was making more and more money, I started leveraging more.
Yeah.
So I started investing more in my people that take things off my plate.
Yeah.
Because for me, I don't know about you guys, but I'm only good at a few things: sales and talking to people, and this is about it.
That's it.
Everything else, dude,
Yeah.
I'm horrible.
That's it. I'm
I
with you.
can't cook. I can't clean. Like I'm just so bad at so many things.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm so good at those things.
Yeah, that's it.
So like I learned earlier on, just like, and that's a lesson I want to tell. I think you should focus always on the thing you're good at. I mean, in the beginning stages, it's probably not, because you're just starting off.
Yeah.
But you should still have the mindset where like little by little, you could like, you could just pay like somebody maybe in Philippines to do your paperwork.
Yeah.
Right? Like you
Exactly.
should always focus on the things that actually moves the needle.
That's facts.
Moves the needle. So I got to a point right now, dude, I only do things that I'm good at. Right? And I build that way. I've run the business 7 years. I got to a point where like, I don't do paper. I don't do any of those stuff.
Yeah.
I decide what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I decide what will make
Push the needle.
me and the team money. Right? So that's the other thing that's been like a big difference. And I think that any business entrepreneur, that's the other thing I think a lot of people don't understand, that I shouldn't be an entrepreneur, is because they all think they're used to doing everything themselves. Everything, right? Like I don't even, I actually hired somebody to do, I always had a cleaning lady.
Yeah.
But I hate doing laundry because I'm bad at it. I don't even know how to fold the clothes. So I I got my cleaning lady to not only clean the apartment, but also do laundry. So, dude, I come home. I don't do laundry anymore. I don't cook anymore. I don't clean it. It's just so nice. It's there. Yeah. I obviously pay for her to do it.
Of course,
to a point where I can pay for those stuff, right? So I think that's the other thing. If you're in the business, real estate, or whatever, you should earlier on you should learn how to delegate little by little. But then you have that skill set where you're like, okay, I know I should be delegating stuff. You know, it's not about like, you know, I could do, you know, deals too. Like you could do yourself.
Yeah, of course.
And make money and keep 100% of it. But dude, then you're like, you got to think about it. It's like you're spending so much time on one deal, like you might not have time for something else. Yeah. So like a lot of my deals we actually do with Shay or Darren, like one of my teammates. Like there's only very few that I do myself, right?
I'm with you, yeah.
And the other thing is I also don't want to grow myself. I always want to grow together as a team. Yeah. Because I think, and it's like you get super wealth, but if you like for me, I don't think it was the money that always motivated me. It was the fact that I could accomplish things. Yeah. And I could help people along the way.
And do it with your friends. Yeah.
Do it with the friends or do it with people that you like. And then they're happy because you helped them out, and then you feel happy. You're just spreading like good things around, and you're just doing the right thing. So that's the other thing. I think the greediness of just doing yourself, it also won't get you a lot. I mean, if you really want to grow, you can't just grow by doing deals yourself.
Yeah, you need
a team.
You need a team.
You need to bring people with you, and then everybody grows, and then you benefit from them growing and you growing, and you just grow.
That's it,
right?
I love it, dude. Delegation is something that we like Marcus and I at least learned this year because we were originally this year it was just like Marcus and I, you know what I mean? It was like at the beginning of the year, we didn't have like anyone with us. But then we're like, shit, we're like hitting a wall. Like I can only do so much. Like I'm calling all these sellers. And I got to point my follow-ups were like fucking like 5 hours worth of calls. And I'm like, dude, I can't do this anymore. So we brought on Mike. Now Mike does all that. Then we brought on Brooke. And now it's like, okay, cool. Now I can focus on like now dude, Mike's signing my name on offers, sending shit in. He sends it to Vic to list. Like if there's a wholesale or something we're buying, it's like, hey Nick, this is what we're doing. I'm like, great. Yeah. Like I don't have to do like we're going on some appointments today. We're trying to flip both houses. Yeah. But I didn't even know where we were going until this morning, and I was like, nice. I love it. Like he put it in the calendar. He saw we were doing this. He's like, I scheduled for after, dude. And I was like, fantastic. That's awesome. So delegation. I'm with you. It's like, dude, it's massive. You can't grow without it. Absolutely. You can't grow by yourself, and if you do, it'll be very, very slow.
Yep.
That's like that's not it.
Yep. Exactly.
100%.
Question for you. So I see. I mean, the goal is to keep growing. A lot of us, find our own passions to grow. But has this opened up any personal time? Like what does that look like for you? Like your life outside of work? How has the delegation aspect kind of impacted you?
No, it helps a lot, even better too, if you do it right. So I want to spend time with my girlfriend, right? So my family, I'm big on my family and everybody. So, and when I was starting off, I felt like I had no time. I was always working, right? But then I realized, dude, you want to like there's a saying that, oh yeah, I'm working so hard because I'm doing it for the family. But then you're like, your family never asked you to do those. Yeah. You did that yourself.
And they don't see you.
And yeah, if you have a kid, dude, if you can't like see the kids growing up, like, so I'm always about family. I think everybody should spend time with family, right? So to me, I made that mistake for so many years. Like about 4 or 5 years, for me, it was always business. I didn't prioritize my family at all. I was always working every day possible, getting stuff done. And I would tell my family, I'm busy. I'm working. Yeah. And my mindset was like, you know what? I want to get wealthy, and one day I'll treat my family. But what if your family's not there by then? Right? They probably don't even remember your name. Yeah. Right? If you're like doing all this stuff. So I learned recently, dude, you should have time. Saturdays, I spend time with my family. Yeah. Like almost every Saturday, I don't work. It's so hard for me. Because for so many years, I always worked every week. Even still, it's been 10 months I've been doing that. But it's still so hard for me to like not take off. But I think it's important, dude. I think everybody should have non-negotiables, that I call it. That it's just worth more than money. It's just worth more than business. For me, it's family. It's important, right? I do it anyway, right? And I try to read every day, right? So these are things that I always prioritize. Like, you never hear my family or my girlfriend tell me that, oh, you don't spend time with me. Yeah. I always do. Yeah. I always find time because they're my priority. Like they're my priority, and then like everything kind of works around it. So I find time for everything, right? Yeah. And the other thing, when I think anybody that tells you they don't have time, it only means you're not their priority. This is what it is. Wow. I think if they really say if you don't have time, we run a checkmate team together, right? I mean, that's a full-time job. Yeah. I have investment properties, 7 properties. Yeah. I have dig check, whole nother business. But like I have like 20 people working there. Yeah. So I have 3 jobs, right? And I spend time with my family. I still go trips. Yeah. I do everything. I prioritize things that are important. I always do, right? So I think like I said, and I find time for everything. Nobody will ever tell you that I don't have time for them.
Yeah.
Right? I always figure it out. I always find a way to block it out.
Yeah.
Right. So like I said, if somebody told you if they say they don't have time, it's just because then you're not their priority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their priority.
That's fucking deep.
You know.
It's actually this
And that's
phenomenal way to
okay.
look at
I
it.
mean, not everybody can be a priority. You can't probably have maybe 3 to 4 things as a priority.
Yeah.
Right? You can't have more than that.
Mm-hmm.
So. And that's okay. It should be okay with it. And I don't want everybody to be my priority.
Of course, yeah. Then everyone's bogging you down. Everyone's like taking a piece of you.
Yeah.
And you only have so much just mental space and emotional availability for people.
Exactly.
And if too many people are like pulling at you, all of a sudden you're tired for the ones you do actually care about.
100%.
Now you're not going to be present. It's a whole
Yeah.
spirals. You know what I mean? So that's
What's your thoughts on
deep.
that? On the whole family and time and
Yeah. How do you time block? How do you time manage?
I'm not the best authority on this because I kind of just go for it. I'm still in the first year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're going into the second year now. So there's just been so much to learn and a lot of responsibility to take on, there's bills to pay kind of thing. So I do time block to a degree, but if I don't have anything going on, which sometimes is more often than not as an entrepreneur, it's your job to fill it. You don't even have to block the time. Just sit down and start making phone calls, You just have to try to avoid being selfish. I think being an entrepreneur is kind of inherently selfish, right? You just want to take on growth for yourself, and you always think I want to give it to, like Jithu said, you want to give it to other people. But, who knows if by the time you're ready to give it to the other people, they're around for you to give it to them. Yeah. I just think about it as I need to work as hard as possible, but I need to not be selfish in doing so.
Nah, that's a good point.
That's huge. It's funny you said you work super hard and they might not be around to see it, because if you in theory you take say 10 years and you put your head down, you don't see anybody, don't go to holidays, don't do anything, and then that year 11 comes around, you're like, yeah, God, I'm ready to help, and they're all old.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They don't want to hang out with you because now they think you're an asshole, and they're on their deathbed. You know what I mean? So it's what's the point if you're not present? If you're not enjoying the journey, then you want to do it at all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I gotta ask though, how do you know where to draw the line? Because you hear almost the same thing, but I feel like everybody's, I guess, actual path is different. Because some people are okay saying okay, in this season of life, I may have a disproportionate balance or some sort of disproportionate of time spent invested in direct work.
Yeah.
Versus some people are just completely constant, or like you said, they're not negotiables. Personally, I'm still trying to figure that out. But where do you guys draw the line for yourself? And this is kind of I'm asking all three of you, where do you guys draw the line?
Well, let me ask you something. What would you say you're non-negotiable? Do you value your time with family? Do you what's if you gotta tell me top 3 things that you're this is my thing, what would the top 3 would be?
I think 100% family.
Yep.
Family over everything. And then I take my faith very seriously.
Yep.
And community, fellowship. I tie that all into spirituality.
Yep.
And then third, I would say, I don't know, the remainder of the time, I don't really have any hobbies besides
pickleball.
I try to find things that push me forward. I don't know. I try to find new things. I try to explore new things, and that's kind of I don't know, the benefit of trying something new every couple months. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's besides that, I'm not really sure.
I think obviously I'm still working on it too. So I guess from my experience, I think you should always make a priority the priority, right? So what I would do is obviously family is important for you. So is faith, right? So these are important things that get you going. I mean, everybody have a why, right? Why are you doing it? I mean, you might say it's for family. Yes, that's good. That's a good why. Because I think you need to have a why important, right? You need to why are you doing this? If your answer is, I don't know, then the problem is when things hit really hard, losing those deals, then you're asking yourself, why am I doing this? Right? I don't have a why. So a lot of people, it's family, right? So, but you still got to prioritize that family. So what if before you plan anything else in your calendar, first thing, hey, actually on Sunday, I'm going to spend time with family at this time to this time, and tell everybody that you work with, right? Nick, dude, I'm with my family from this time to this time, right? I just won't be working, right? I mean, we're not talking about spending 4 days a week. It's just probably a couple hours a week, right? I mean, if you think about it, it's not a lot, but what happens is when we get so deep in our businesses, and I feel you because I'm with you. It felt like it's not possible, right? It's not possible to take time off because we're so in the business. But a lot of times, it's okay if you take 3 hours off, right? I mean, a lot of times nothing changes. I get clients texting me. This happens all the time, and I actually learned it from my family. They hate when I go on phone when I'm with them. Okay. And for the longest time, I thought you guys are crazy. Like, dude, I cannot go on my phone, right? It's just insane. You're telling me that things happen. But the problem is when I'm on the phone, when I'm with the family, am I really with the family or I'm on the phone? Right. So like you might as well not spend time with them at that point.
Yeah. You might as well work.
Right. I mean, I did this for so many years.
Yeah.
So many years I was just spending time on the phone. Right. So what I realized recently that, dude, a lot of things that I thought was important that needs immediate attention. Like I just started, like I purposely started just not answering something.
Yeah.
That kind of clients will say, hey, it's important. Right. I literally had a client that texted me yesterday. It's important. You got to call me back right now. Or something about turning deposits, some stuff. Right. And I was with Chess because I literally couldn't. So I called him back 3 hours later. He's like, oh, actually, it wasn't important. I figured it out 10 minutes later. And that keep happening with almost everything that I thought was important and needs immediate attention. They can figure it out.
Yeah. They
always figure it out.
Yeah.
Right. And then, dude, so I think that's what I'll say, man. I think it's important. You should time your family time first. And then when you're with them, give 100%, right? Then you don't feel bad. Even if it's only 1 hour a week, but you give 100% of your time to your family, then you don't regret because you were there, zone in. But that's the problem that I have too. Like when you try to spend time with family before, I was like always on the phone. I'm like, dude, I'm not with them. I'm just working. I might as well not be here.
Yeah.
They asked me, why are you here if you're going to be on the phone all the time? Right? You just might as well go and work.
Yeah.
I think when you if you're going to plan your week ahead, right? I think if family and faith is so important to you, I think you should Saturday at this time with family. Tell Nick about it. Even tell clients about it when you do the consult. Hey, I just won't be available at this time. Or Sunday, right? You know who's really good at it? Dan.
Starbucks?
No, Dan Bowles. Oh. Funny enough, like I used to hate when you do this at the beginning of time. One up partner, dude. He's like, after 7 p.m., you're not gonna get hold of this guy. Yeah. He's gone, right?
Respect.
But dude, I respect. I mean, he's a dude. I gotta have dinner with my family, and that's important. I don't take phone calls when I'm with my family dinner. And that's so important to him that I think he turned his phone off actually. I think I tried calling him, it doesn't go through. He turned his phone off after 7 p.m. So I'm like, okay.
Respect.
But that's something you can learn from him. My teammate, he just is so good at it. And he knows that I can deal with it tomorrow. So I think that's an important fact.
I like that. I wish I had that mentality too, because sometimes I'll see something and I'm like, I got it. It's like the urge to do it.
It is.
Like a seller called me at 10:30 the other night, and I was like, I took every bone in my body. No, I didn't. I was shocked. I took every bone in my body to not answer, and I talked to him the next day, and he wanted more money from the offer that I was like, no. I was like, I gave you a good offer. I'm not giving you more. So I'm glad I didn't take, because I would have went to bed salty. You know what I mean? So it's like you never know. But it took every bone in me to not pick up the phone. Then he left me a message. He's like, hey Nick, call me. Blah blah blah. Texted me, hey man, call me ASAP. And then now here we are. So it's good.
Yeah. The best quote maybe of all time was Matthew McConaughey on the Diary of a CEO podcast. He said, you should work on being less impressed and more involved. And I've been taking that very seriously recently because in a situation like ours, right? When you get a chance to meet with Ryan, you get 15 minutes, maybe less, and you got to make the most of it. If you're sitting there like, wow, this guy's on TV, this is crazy. The 15 minutes goes by. And I think it's what's so interesting about the quote is it applies to everything. So you're talking about time and spending time in proper places. The only reason we spend time anywhere else is because we're too impressed by something. Wow, I can make all of this money on this deal, or I can accomplish this if I do this. And we just hold it to such a high standard. It's almost the practice of caring less in a sense. It's like if you're so impressed by something, you're gonna forfeit something else because it's up here for you.
It's gold.
So don't be so impressed by every opportunity. Don't be so impressed by everything. Just focus on grounding yourself and staying involved in whatever you're doing. And then you'll realize, oh, maybe the opportunity is not worth all of the time that I want to put into it. I don't know. I get excited a lot, and then I'll get excited too quickly, and then I'll want to dive a bunch of time into it, and then 5 hours later, I'm like, wow, I wasted my time.
You waste your time.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Time, especially in our business, is everything. You know what I mean? So you don't get time back.
Right.
But if you spend 5 hours analyzing a deal that you deep down knew wasn't a deal, but you're trying to make it work a million different ways, Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Exactly.
You're too impressed by the deal. You think there's too much there. It's not there.
What was the quote again? Like the whole quote?
You just said be less impressed and more involved.
More involved.
If you liked the video so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out a lot. Feel free to leave us feedback. So we have a lot of people coming on, a lot of cool other investors. We have people who specialize in Airbnb, commercial real estate, short terms, flips, raising money, equity, you name it. We have them coming on. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing as we make more videos. If you want to learn more about wholesales, I encourage you to check out our free 9-module masterclass right on our channel. It teaches you everything you need to know. We go from zero to hero. If you're already comfortable wholesaling, but you want to learn more about novations, click the link in the description. We have a whole step-by-step masterclass about how to run novations, how to pitch it, how to sell it, and how to make a lot more money rather than just doing standard assignments. So make sure you check that out if you're ready to take your business to the next level. All right, thanks for sticking with me. Back to the video.
Bad buys. Have you guys made any buy? Because I like the philosophy where like you'll find a way to make it work. But have you made any bad buys, and maybe like what went wrong, and how'd you kind of like push through it? How'd you get out of it?
I think there's definitely been things that I bought that I thought would be a bad buy, but I was so believed in it. Like for example, we bought a 11 unit in Killingly, and we had like 2 other people, right? When we were buying it, almost people in that town said, "You're crazy. You're paying too much for it, and it's actually not even a good neighborhood."
Yeah.
Right. So got all these stuff thrown at us, and we were like, the rents were like, you predicting the rents to be too high, and so it was just like a bad energy from everywhere. I didn't care. I was like, I know I can make it work. I think the mentality, it's if you want something so bad, right? Like you're gonna make it work. You're always gonna make it work. Like this question is, how badly do you want it, right? I think a lot of times what happens is an average person, they get excited about something, right? They're excited about buying a property or something. Actually, one guy that I know, he's a doctor. Okay. I was helping him buy a property. He was so excited. He was like, "Oh yeah, I love what you're doing. You're doing great. I love that you got cash flow coming in. You got all these properties. You're so young." He got so excited just from like my results.
Yeah.
Like he haven't seen the work I did. He was excited about my results, not the work.
Yeah.
Right. And then we were going to buy this property. We got offered ready. And then one objection came up, which was like lead. The building had like lead.
Yeah.
And you in real estate, we know every building built before 1978.
Yeah. Has some lead. Yeah.
Has lead. It's just a normal thing. But dude, that one objection was like, no, I don't want to do anything with real estate. I'm a doctor. I don't want to take this risk. I'm walking out. I'm never doing real estate. Dude, that one thing just wipe out all the excitement we had. So I think what happens, a lot of people when they get excited from their other people's results, right? Just like we talked about Ryan, we get excited about Ryan because he's on the TV, he's have millions of followers, but we're excited about his results. But are we really excited about the work he did to get there? The 10 years he spent on what are you cold calling, going up to Starbucks, talking to random ladies, against clients. Like he did so much, dude. I mean, there's so much things that he did that's not on the scene, not on the camera, to get him to where he is.
Yeah, relentless.
Most people don't think about those, and they don't want to do that stuff. They want things easy. I mean, we're in a world where things are getting easy. That's why innovation comes in, right? It's a good thing. Everything are so easy. We have phone right now to communicate, text, everything. So we're in a world where like everything is so easy. And I guess that's where like actually my background, I'm from India. Yeah. I was born in India. I raised in India. I came here 10 years ago. So for me, things were not easy there. Yeah. Almost everything was hard. And that's where I was taught. Like we didn't have calculator. We had to do math based on your hand. All the big math. Like you got 4 digits. We do all the math division ourselves. Yeah. Like no like slideshow or something. You got to take notes yourself. So I was always taught to do the hard way. Yeah. I didn't know about innovation, right? Or making things simpler and doing. So I guess I had the mentality to do it. I'm okay working hard. I think a lot of people don't have that. So that's why like when you ask me to buy, I think like for me, like I don't have one just because I made it work. I made every bad the other people thought was bad. I made it work. Yeah. Maybe somebody else would have bought it. They would have thought it was bad halfway through, and they would have backed out of the deal. Like I said, if you really want it,
it'll make it work.
Really work. And a lot of times when you meet somebody, don't ask about their results. Or how many properties you have. Yeah. Or like, how many income do you get? Ask them about what they did to get there. And that's a better question to ask. Like, what did you do? What did your day-to-day life look like for the last 7 years? Yeah. Tell me exactly you did, and see yourself if you could do that. Because if the answer is no, you shouldn't get into that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's why like a lot of people should not get into real estate. Like a lot of people should not be agents. Yeah. I think about 70% of the agents out there shouldn't be an agent. Yeah. Right. Like I think that it's a tough business. Well, obviously there's a big reward on the other side. There's a big paychecks and there's sky's the limit for the income, but it's a tough business. Learn all that skills. So that's what I'll say.
Yeah. Agreed.
If you could just give me like a one-liner or something how's it been? Because this is something, a lot of us find really cool.
Yeah.
How has it been being a part of the Serhant team? What's that like? Is it like, people hear the name Serhant and they get all excited?
Whatever you think it is, it probably is. That's like the best answer. The energy, I just got back from the sales conference, so it was mainly Serhant agents, some agents from other brokerages from the Sell It community, but mainly Serhant agents. And whatever energy level you think they have, there's probably 5 times that, And I don't think it's just them being like naturally that energetic. I think they've kind of pushed themselves to be that because everyone is grateful for where they are and working hard, and it's awesome. Everybody involved, up to Ryan, everybody in the business, you can sit down and talk to at any time.
Yeah.
They'll make time for you. They'll talk with you. They'll help you grow. You can help them grow. However, I mean, they take the word team very seriously. Like it's very fun being a part of it because we're the smallest dogs in the room.
That's what you gotta be. Surround yourself with bigger fish. Always be the smallest fish in the pond.
Yeah, you walk in there, you're gonna learn something. Everybody's there to have a good time. Very, very welcoming. Very hardworking.
Love that.
Dude, you guys are awesome, man.
Yeah.
You want a little conclusion?
Dude, thank you guys for having us.
No.
Anything on the Serhant just in general?
If you want to do something, right? Like if you want to achieve something, I think it's almost impossible to do it yourself, right? Whatever you want to do, right? I think you should surround yourself with people who done it before, right? And then you surround, because I'm a big believer that you're the product of 5 people that you surround yourself with.
It's a fact.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? If you want to be like into real estate. So my biggest life-changing moment was that when I moved out of UConn stores to UConn Stanford.
Yeah.
When I was at UConn stores, no matter how motivated I was with other college kids.
Yeah.
That have no idea what's going on in their life, right? I mean, they had no ambitions. I mean, nothing to blame about. It's just a college kid, right? You're there, you're having party, you're fun, going to school. This is your life, right? I know I would never be where I am if I were to stay there.
Yeah.
What I did, I pulled myself out of there. I put myself in move down, and I surround myself with older people, like in 30s and 40s and 50s. They've done what I want to do.
Yeah.
So the problem is, if you look at my 5 people around me, they're all done what I want to do. Well, and what happens is that I was guaranteed success because you're a product of the sum of 5 people around you. So if your people around you are successful in what you want to do, right? You're guaranteed to be successful. Like you're guaranteed. If you with them, like one person that hang out with us, Dima, for example, he had no properties. He wanted to always get into real estate. He wanted to get into real estate for 10 years. Okay, he had you watch videos and all this stuff, but he never was able to do anything.
Yeah.
He met me and one of our other friends. 3 years. He has 7 houses now.
Really?
7 houses.
Jeez.
Or for 6 houses.
He's
He's going to buy another one right now.
Yeah.
So, right? And it's because like he was like the smallest dog between our group. And dude, he was surrounded by us. And there's no way but him to get motivated about real estate. And we pushed him. We got him everything he wanted. He was happy. He's making extra money. He's actually making as much money as he was making his main job.
Yeah.
So it was like, and that's only because he surrounded himself with right people. I think that's anything you want to do, almost impossible to do yourself. You had to surround yourself with people that do it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Gentlemen,
100%.
thank you for coming on.
Appreciate you having us. It was awesome.
Yeah, I know this was a quick one. We're all on the run today, but thank you for watching this episode of the Astra Podcast. Look forward to seeing you in episode 32.